Hey guys, welcome back. Thanks for joining me for another video. If you are new to my channel, my name is Stephanie. I am a life and relationship coach. If you are a subscriber and a part of the notification community, thank you guys so much for all of your love and support. So this week I'm going to be doing another free coaching session, another giveaway. So if you are not new to these giveaways, there are a few things that you have to do in order to get a free session with me. So you have to be a subscriber, you have to be a part of the notification community, which means you have to click on the notification bell. So that means that each time I upload a video, you get a notification of it. You have to like and please comment down below. So if you can do those 4 things, I will pick a winner within the first 2 hours of this video going live, and you can have a free session with me. So basically you'll have a free session where you can go over any questions, concerns, things you're struggling with, anything, and I can coach you through it and hopefully give you some great tips to help you with whatever it is that's going on in your life. So let's get right into this week's video. So this week I want to talk about what it looks like when 2 narcissists are in a relationship together, because I get this question often from people where they're asking me, well, really, who can really be with a narcissist? Either it's someone who's codependent, or what if it's someone actually who is narcissistic themselves or has narcissistic traits. So I want to go over kind of like the dynamic in this relationship so you can understand what this relationship is actually about. So to start this off, let's just say that any relationship with a narcissist is not healthy, period, point blank. So if you're looking at a couple and you suspect that both of them are narcissists, they're not in a healthy relationship. So even a relationship with a narcissist and a codependent, that's not a healthy relationship. So let's start off with the dynamic between a female and a male narcissist. So the female narcissist, like we've discussed before, I've done the video on traits of a female narcissist, and if you haven't seen that, I'll link it down below so you can check it out after this video. But for the female, she is very sexual. She's very into appearances, and she's really a surface level person. So she's into the finer things in life, money, things, cars, purses, what can I get from you? And so she knows how to manipulate a man in order to get what she wants, that narcissistic supply, whether that's admiration, whether that's him spending money on her, whether it's her being able to go off and do whatever she wants and he turns a cheek. The way she gets her narcissistic supply is through her sexuality, is through her body. So a lot of women in the beginning will be very sexual. They'll think that you're the man of her dreams, and she will look at you with such respect and, oh my God, I have found this person and you're just it. And she just lifts that male ego up so high because she wants to get what she wants out of this situation. So whether it's a female or a male, regardless of their tactics, they're just there because they have an agenda. They want something from their partner. And in order to get that thing, they're basically grooming you. And so that's how, in the beginning, that honeymoon phase really is. It's the grooming period in this relationship. So now with a male narcissist, he's going to, same thing. He wants something from this female, whether it's, I want her to think that I walk on water. I want people to think that I'm the best dad in the world. I'm the best father. I'm the best husband. I'm the great guy in the office. He needs people to feed into that male ego because that male ego is so fragile. So in order to get people to view me in a certain way, I need to do certain things. So instead of being sexual, like what the woman is to the man, for a woman, sexuality and having, intimacy and things like that, it's important to a female, but really females lead with their emotions. So when a male comes in, he's going to be extremely charming. And the male narcissist is the highly manipulative person. So he knows exactly what to say in order to make you fall in love with him and think he's the best guy in the world. So he really uses his mind to be manipulative, to be relentless, to get what it is that he wants. And he's sniffing out the weaker type of woman that's going to believe all of these things in the early stages of their relationship so he can hook her in. Now, with the female and the male, especially with the male, the biggest thing with this person is they look down on everyone. So he or she, mostly he, is the smartest person in the room. Everyone else is beneath him. He knows more than anyone else. And when you're dealing with that high of an ego, it's really, really hard to get to the core of a person, right? You're never going to get to the core of someone if they just have this grandioso personality where they think that they walk on water, and this person really thinks that they're the smartest person in the room. So they can't be around anyone that challenges their ability. So they need to always be surrounded with people that they deem beneath them. So you see, with the male narcissist, he can never be around other males, or quite frankly, other females that are successful as him, at his level, or possibly even a little underneath him success-wise. You know, like maybe she hasn't really gotten there yet, but he knows that she's capable of it. That bruises his ego so much because he's no longer the big dog in the house. He's now competing in this relationship for success, admiration, thinking that he's the man, when the woman is becoming just as successful as him, or just as intelligent as him, or, you know, able to carry on a conversation with people. He doesn't want that. He really just wants a trophy wife. He really just wants a showpiece, someone that he can just show off, so it you know, boosts up his ego, but a woman that also doesn't threaten his ego too much. Now, for the woman, because she is obsessed with more of like the finer things, she might want the big house. And it doesn't mean that she's not successful in her own right, but she needs things from this man. And that shows her love. That's how she deems love, is what can I get out of this situation? So if that's how she looks at the situation, if she's with a man that is not at her level, or even maybe even a little higher, she's going to immediately either cheat on him, leave the relationship without, you know, a second thought, and jump into another relationship, possibly with someone who's more successful or doing better financially, get married right away, and just really jump into that, you know, relationship, because she didn't respect the guy that she was actually with. She didn't think that he was the man, that he was going to be able to give her what she wanted. You know, he might have been a great man and a husband and a father, and caring and sensitive and emotionally could have supported her and been there for her and had a great life, but it wasn't the life that she wanted to live, because the other good things about him were not the things that she valued in a relationship. And that's really, really important to understand, because I think sometimes if you've been in these relationships with a narcissist and you've been discarded, you often have that period of thinking, you know, was I not good enough? Or it had to have been me, and what did I do wrong? And it has nothing to do with you, because you could have been the most perfect human being ever, and it's still not enough for a person that's just empty inside. So it's almost like there's just a hole at the bottom of someone, and no matter what you're giving someone, it's going right through them. They don't value the things that you bring to the table. And the things that you bring to the table are the real connection, the substance of any relationship. But they don't want substance. They just want surface level relationships. It's all about what can I get. It's all about what their agenda is. It's all about feeding that ego and getting that narcissistic supply. So like I said, with the male narcissist, he might be in a relationship with a woman who perhaps is maybe just as successful as him, or kind of reaching that point, or maybe she's just a stay-at-home mom, but she's really smart, she's very intelligent, and he knows that she's capable of doing a lot of things. And so he doesn't want that. That is not what appeals to him, because that is a threat to his ego. So again, he'll cheat on that woman or leave that relationship really, really quickly, because in his mind, he looks at it as, this is a threat. This woman is not going to be able to give me narcissistic supply and give me what I want. She's not going to think I'm the man, because she's holding me accountable. She wants more from me that I'm not able to give, right? I'm not going to be able to emotionally support her. I'm not going to ever care about how her day was and what was going on with her and what her mental state is and how she's doing emotionally. I don't care about any of that stuff. All I care about is succeeding, thriving, having people think that I'm the man, and all of these surface level things. And I need a woman that values those surface level things. And that's where the female narcissist comes into play. So now when this relationship starts between this man and this woman, it's the same thing like any other relationship. He's whining and dining her. She's being very sexual. They're still giving each other, you know, their own hook, so to speak. So they're grooming each other. But the problem with this relationship is that that's exactly what each other wants. So it's no different than any other relationship. If you had a male narcissist and a female codependent, she's codependent, so she's going to eat up all of that grooming that's done in the very beginning, where, oh my God, I've found him, he's Prince Charming, he's all I've ever wanted, he's so romantic, he does this, this, and this. Same thing with the female narcissist and the male codependent. It's no different. So now when there's two narcissists, they're doing the same thing. They're feeding off of each other because they're like, oh my God, I finally found this person. Like, they're doing all the things that I wish my ex would have done. You know, she's thinking that I'm the man, and she's loving that I'm buying her like all of these expensive purses and taking her out to dinners and trips and, you know, all of these extravagant things. And he loves that, like, I just think he's the man, and I feed into this male ego, and I don't expect anything from him, right? I'm just loving everything that he's giving me. That's exactly what they both want. So they feed off of each other for a very long time. So now when this relationship starts, if one or both of them perhaps cheated on their last partner, let's say one of them, let's say the male cheated on the female, and he enters into this relationship with this female narcissist, he, just like any narcissistic relationship, is going to want to hurt that person. I want to hurt you because you didn't give me what I needed. You bruised my ego. You threatened that narcissistic supply. You didn't give me what I needed. You didn't mirror back what I wanted to see in myself. And for that, I'm going to punish you now. And so a lot of the times, this is where people can feel so hurt because a discard will happen, and their ex will immediately jump into another relationship, and they're flaunting that relationship, you know, everywhere on social media, or perhaps to you in general, flaunting in your face and all of those things. And the new person that they're with is doing the same thing as well. So she thinks, oh my God, he's the one that suffered in that relationship, and he was the man, and he did everything for her, and she just didn't value him, and she's the crazy ex, and I can't believe she didn't see what I see in this person. So she's feeding off of his ego so much, and she's narcissistic as well. So in order for her to feel good about herself and what she was doing, she wants to make you suffer as well. And they basically are feeding off of each other so much that there's such a high going on in that relationship. And just like in anything in life, where there's a high, there's a low. Things always come up and then they come down. So now what happens is these two narcissists are in a relationship, and yeah, everything's great, everything, oh my God, I found the person, I get married, or we stay together for years and years or whatever. But at some point in that relationship, normal life is going to start happening. And when normal life starts happening, what happens between these two people is now I want more. Because now the high of a new relationship, a fresh relationship, you know, an exciting one, that's kind of dwindling now. And now I'm not feeding off of these things that you were giving me in the beginning that I just expect now. And I'm not getting any more because normal life is starting to happen. So life's happening, possibly, you know, moving in together, bills need to be paid, jobs, you know, we need to have jobs in order to have a certain lifestyle. Now kids are being born, you know, and again, life starts happening. So when this starts happening, and again, this could be, who knows, this could be 6 months, this could be 30 days, this could be 5 years, like it just takes time. But the point is that these people this isn't a through thick and thin type of a relationship. This is, what can I get out of the relationship? And when I'm not getting what I need any longer, I'm gonna look elsewhere for it. So either they're both gonna start cheating on each other, or he's gonna start looking around, or she's gonna be, you know, canoodling with the pool boy, or whatever that looks like. They're just incapable of having healthy relationships. So it doesn't mean that the relationship could end. They could last forever, but the problem is they're going to be either cheating on each other because they need constant supply. So I think that's something that's so important to understand with these relationships is these individuals need constant admiration, and they have to get it from whatever they're attracted to. So if the male is heterosexual, he needs to get it from a female. And if he's not going to get it from his narcissistic wife because she's demanding more from him, and he doesn't want to give it because he wants more, right? These people are both selfish people. So if they're not going to get what they want, they're going to jump ship and look elsewhere. It doesn't mean they're going to get divorced. They could stay married forever and just cheat on each other forever and ever, but they're never going to have a healthy relationship. So I hope that helps clarify how this dynamic works. It's a very sick and unhealthy relationship. And most often people think, oh my God, they're going to last forever because they're the same breed. You know what I mean? They both are superficial people. They're both selfish. But when you're selfish, you need someone who's always going to enable you and give you what you want. And that's very hard to do when you're dealing with two individuals who are both selfish and both want and want and want. So I hope that that helps you understand this dynamic a little better. If you have liked this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to follow me on social media. I will link my Instagram and Facebook right here for you, and I will see you next week.